we are starting our very first lecture related with our course. So here I have tried to cover the subtopics we are going to learn, and in
Okay.
that one we I have started with the first topic as well. So here we go. See, the first one, what we are going to learn in the course. There are basically five components which we are going to learn and study about the Azure AI fundamental. I have kept this course related with the related with the study of an Azure AI 900 syllabus, which is
Okay.
ultimately helpful you to in the examination of an Azure AI 900. Because
Okay.
if we started to study regarding the only Azure AI, so we have a very vast syllabus in that one. So I thought like keeping it with related to the Azure certification, so it will also helpful to you and me as well to study and deliver the sessions. So
Okay.
now here we have five topics which we are going to cover. First one is Microsoft Azure AI fundamental. In the
Right.
fundamental, it is kind of in a similar topics we are going to study what we have learned in the first demo lecture. Also, in the fundamental, we are going to cover the below four topics. The second one, sorry, the computer vision is also going to covered in the fundamental. The natural language processing is also going to covered in the fundamental. Document intelligence and knowledge mining also we are going to cover in the fundamental, and generative AI as well with machine learning with responsibilities of an AI. So we are going to learn the basics about all these components. So today we will start with the Microsoft Azure AI fundamental. Once it got completed, on the next session we will cover the computer vision. But the next topics like computer vision, natural language processing, it will took two lectures at least for completing a one subtopic. So it's going to be around if I say 13 to 14 lectures minimum of 1 hour each to complete the whole syllabus.
All right.
Okay, so we will start with the first topic, which is Microsoft Azure AI Fundamental. Now, what
Okay.
we are going to learn in the Azure AI Fundamental? The first one is machine learning, the second one is computer vision, third one is natural language processing, the fourth one is the document intelligence and knowledge mining, then generative AI, challenges and risk with the AI, and responsible AI means what is the responsibilities of an AI. So, going with the first one, what the machine learning. See, I hope you have some like we have learned something basics of machine learning in our demo session. So
Right.
yes, so continuing that part, I have tried to demonstrate it in a more practical way, in a more detailed manner. Now, machine learning, as we have learned, it's the teaching to the machine to think, to take the decisions likewise. But in a now we can see it's like a machine learning is a foundation of most of the AI solutions. It developed after the 1950s, where the researchers, often known as a data scientist, then they have worked on different approaches of an AI. But what happened then? Most modern applications of an AI have their origins in a machine learning, a branch of an AI that combines computer science and mathematics. So here we are getting more detail about the machine learning. Like they have explained, the data scientists explained the machine learning as in a branch where it combines the study of in a computer science and mathematics. And now we are just moving forward with the machine learning as well, like by taking some real world examples, so it will easier us to understand more about the machine learning. So for taking one example, we have took the example of a sustainable farming technique. See, Sustainable farming techniques are essential to maximize food productions while protecting a fragile environment. Likewise, as humans, evolution is happening. We are nowadays we are in huge numbers. So ultimately, we are stressing the natural resources, and we need more food. We need more natural resources to survive. So then the sustainable farming techniques comes in the picture. So here basically we develop the yield in a huge production. So for developing that one, the yield, an agriculture technology company, suppose it's based on Australia. It uses
Right.
the sensors, data, machine learnings to help farmer to make informed decision related to weather, soil, and plant condition. So to explaining more about this one, like if we have collected the data from the past seasons, if we have collected the data of a crop, if we have a data about the soil, so machine learning, with the help of machine learning, we can predict the upcoming weather. We can suggest in upcoming weather what plant can be sustained, what plant breeding can be a best one there, and ultimately it can help to yielding a good crop as well, which is helpful, which is fulfilling the need of human beings. So this is a very practical example of a machine learning in a nowadays. Secondly, how the machine learning works. Now we will move on the how machine learning works. So uh, to answer is like machine learning is works on a data. Like whatever data you provide to machine learning, it started to read those data, understand those data, create an algorithm, and deliver the suggestion, deliver the action as asked to the machine learning. Now, in today's world, we create a huge volumes of data. How? By our sensors, by our text messages, email, social media post. Everything is generating the data because everything is now related with a technology and everything is connected with an internet. So ultimately, they are generating a huge number of data. So we generate massive amount of information, and more data still is created by millions of sensors, where the sensors are like in our homes, in cars, cities, public transport, infrastructure, and factories, because everywhere we have built it sensors, and sensors are generating data by each and every milliseconds as well. So now data scientists can use all of that data to train the machine learning models, and that can make predictions and influences based on the relationship they have find. So herely I just wants to explain how machine learning is working. Machine learning is simply they are just we are providing the n number of data to machine learning. So a machine can digest that data, machine can sort that data and learn from that data, and it can help us to predict the upcoming actions over the scenarios. Now, moving next one, uh, what machine learning does? Machine learning models try to capture the relationship between data. If we have, for example, see here, suppose we have an environmental conservation organization. Now it wants to volunteer to identify the catalog different species of wildflowers using a phone app. So following any okay, here I am not able to put that animation due to some PowerPoint presentation
Don't worry
constraint.
about it. I understand it.
But
Okay.
on next slides, I will try to do that one. So here,
Okay.
what I tried to explain, see, if for example, of a botanist. So what botanists does, botanists and scientists has does, they have collected a different n number of wildflower samples. Now they have labeled them with the species, so and so samples are of a so species. There are some samples of different species which found in different regions. Once the labeling is done to the particular species, Then they have processed these data, like they have created a data by their own, and they have processed that data with the machine learning. In machine learning, what happened? It processed the data using an algorithm to find a relationship between the feature samples and label species. Like if we see, like in a certain environment, some species are getting very good developed, but in certain environment these are not able to survive. But
Right.
for example, if we go with a very hot environment, so we are not able to like our green plants are not survive there. There we need a species who can yield, who can survive with a very less amount of water, like a cactus, something like that. But if we have a very wet environment, so cactus cannot survive there. So we need a species, we need a plant who can survive. Like if we see there is an Amazon forest where the all the time rains appears. So we will find some certain species there. So likewise, the algorithm got setted. Then the result of algorithm are encapsulated in a model. So
Right.
it goes and it gets stored. It gets in a model. Then whenever there is a new species found by any volunteer, the model can simply identify it and correct the species label. Like if there is a new species found by any new volunteer, that model, that application simply identify what the species name it should be, and from where it's getting collected. So likewise, this is a practical scenario with the help of an environment, how the machine learning is helping in a real world. Now, approaches to AI have advanced to complete tasks of much greater complexity. These complex models form the basics of an AI capabilities. Like this is not relevant. This is not like limited up to creating a simple applications who can just differentiate between the species of flowers, or who can help us to segregate the different inputs, but it is having a ability to solve the complex situations as well. Now, I have put it this slide, the on every subtopics. Like we are not like we want to study the artificial intelligence, but it should shows us what the services available in Microsoft Azure, so we can correlate it all the things. So now here also machine learning in Microsoft Azure. So what the services offered from Microsoft Azure in a machine learning. So the first one is Machine Learning Studio. In that one, we are getting automated machine learning. Secondly, Azure Machine Learning Designer, then the data metric visualization and notebooks. So in automated machine learning, we will get this feature enables non-expert to quickly create an effective machine learning models from data. Then Azure Machine Learning Designer, what it does, it's a graphical interface enabling no code development of a machine learning solution. Third one is data metric visualization. It is a tool which analyze and optimize your experiment with a visualization. And the fourth one is notebooks. Notebooks is helpful to write and run your own code in a managed Jupyter notebook servers that are directly integrated in a studio. So I'm just trying to get a portal access. By that one, I can show you this thing in a portal as well. But if you have a portal access in your side, so you can explore these things as it is a services provided in Azure, but it is a relevant with a machine learning. So both the things can work. Okay, so the speed, the explanation is good, or I need to explain it more, or I need to go slowly in upcoming slides. So, the slide which we are seeing in right now is
Right.
the services provided in a Azure. So, does this is helping to you? These are the
Yes.
services of an Azure, which
Yes.
will ultimately help in Azure AI. I have created the presentation in the perspective I have took the real world examples of
Right.
artificial intelligence, and in the last slide of each subtopics I have correlated it with an Azure, where we are getting which service is there. So does it sounds good to you? So, like what I am understanding from your end, you need more understanding about these four services which are in front of us right now. Like you need more detail about the automated machine learning. You need more detail about Azure Machine Learning Designer, data metrics visualization, and notebooks. Like means you need more understanding about the Azure services which are provided in a Microsoft Azure artificial intelligence, right?
Right. Right. And that's
Oh.
basically about it. Yes. Because I
So,
am not writing any code. I am not doing
got it,
any
got
code.
it.
Right.
Mhm. So we can do one thing. Once I have access of a portal, I will do a lab where I will demonstrate the Azure related services, where like
Okay.
what it helps, what it works. So likewise, we will firstly continue our theoretical learning, like the
Okay.
explaining the concepts by taking the definitions, by taking the real world example and correlating it with a Microsoft Azure. So once it done, so we will plan a session where we will do only practical work. Once I have
Right.
access
Okay.
of in a portal, then we will just go back to these slides again, and we will explain the things there.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, okay, great, great, great. Okay, so Benjamin, just resuming my teaching for the next slide. Now, the machine learning with the help of an Azure, it's done here. We have the four services which comes under the machine learning, and it's in a fundamental part. So now moving on the next topic, which is a computer vision.
Right.
So as word explain, computer vision means we are giving the computer, the artificial intelligence, the ability to see and understand the real world around them, like in images, videos, just like humans do with an eye. This is a very simple definition about the computer vision. Also,
Right.
computer vision is an area of an AI that deals with visual processing. Means uh, it deals with an images, either videos or uh, anything that we can that a human eye that can see. So computer vision is also doing the same. So now understanding it more, like how it works. So for example, when you look at a picture of a dog, simply you instantly, like we instantly recognize the things. It is an animal, it is a dog. Or if we see over any non-living things like in a table, like in a door, so we easily understand that things by just looking at the picture. Similarly, computer vision allows computer to look at the image and figure it out what it is. For example, in nowadays in mobile phones, we are getting AI features. So once we have just opened the camera, we have just scanned that, we have just put it our camera towards some table, for example, and we just use the AI feature, so directly it is recognizing what it is. So the similarly the computer vision, the basic of all that those things is computer vision. So computer vision is also recognizing the things by just looking over that one, and the processing visual data, like computer analyze the pixels in an image What is the pixels? Pixels are the very tiny dots of a color that make a picture. So by looking at a pattern in these pictures, computer can easily identify the object, people, and other element. So how the computer is identifying the thing which we are allowing the computer to see by the help of a pixel. So every image is built on the pixel. There is a different pixel size, different pixels resolution, so computer is
Mm-hmm.
using those pixels to analyze. That is the base of how the computer vision is working and how it is recognizing the things. Now, moving next. This is the simple example if we wants to see like in a photo filters. Like see, imagine if you have a smartphone app that can apply filters to your photo. Now everyone have the smartphones and they have like most of the people are using the photo filters to enhance their photo visualizations. Like their photo should look good. So what the photo filter is doing, this is an app can detect your face in the photo, and this can, for example, if we go with a Snapchat, this is the photo filter application where we can modify our photos. But in that one, that AI is just AI just recognizing perfectly where the human face is there and what we have to do with that face. Like there are some filters where we can just add mustache to a person, we can add a beard to that person. Means we can edit those photos. So these are also comes under the computer vision. So now our main topic, the computer vision service in Microsoft Azure. So what Microsoft Azure is offering under the computer vision. So we can see Microsoft Azure AI vision to develop computer vision solutions. So here the service features are available for use and testing in Azure Vision Studio and other programming language. What is include the features of an Azure AI Vision is image analysis. So this helps like capabilities of for analyzing images, videos, and extracting descriptions like tags, objects, and text. Like under the image, what the image is of. It does the image have any tags, any objects, or any text also. It can be analyzed in an image analyzer of an Azure. Now it can analyze the face, the capabilities that enable you to build face detection and facial recognition solutions. And the third one is optical character recognition, OCR. So it have the capability for extracting printed and handwritten text from images. See, so if we have a image where a text or a printed some handwritten note is there, so the OCR can extract that particular printed or text from the particular image, and it enable uh, access to the digital version of a scanned text. Like um, we can uh, we can use that scan text and we can do some more things with that particular scan text. There is no need to like there is no need to do everything within a particular image. So we are just can extract particular text. What is the important or the most important thing among that particular image? So it can be does under the optical character recognition, which is giving by the Microsoft Azure. So now, moving on the next part, that is understanding natural language processing. So natural language processing is an area of an AI that deals with creating software that understand written and spoken language. So what NLP enable, like it help us to analyze the interpret text in documents, in email, messages, and other sources. It interpret spoken language and synthesize speech responses. It automatically translates spoken or written phrases between languages, and it interpret commands and determine appropriate action. So To explain it more, we have a particular a real life example of an a Siri or Alexa. Everyone knows about these two. These are the services from the particular service offered. Like an Alexa is on from Amazon. It's a device where we can give them the command orally, and it is understanding our command. In which is and it is just doing appropriate search over the command and delivering the results over that one. Also, Siri is a feature in iPhone, which is an assistant for us. We can talk to that assistant. There is no need to type and send a command to that assistant. Simply, we can talk to that assistant, ask the assistant to do certain jobs, and that assistant is doing. So it's why it is now possible because of a natural language processing. So if we ask like to Siri or Alexa, what's weather like today? So the virtual assistant uses natural language processing to understand your question or language, and then by doing research, it just delivering the answer to us. So this is a practical real life example. More
Right.
example we can go with chatbots or voice commands which are coming in our devices. But the main thing is here natural language processing and Azure. So what we are getting in Azure, we can use Microsoft Azure AI language to build natural language processing solutions. Like some features of an AI language include understanding and analyzing text, training conversational language models that can understand spoken or text-based command, and building intelligence application. More, Azure AI Speech as well is another service that can use to build natural language processing solution. Azure AI speech features include speech recognition, synthesis, real-time translation, conversational transcription, and more. And we can explore Azure AI language feature in Azure Language Studio and Azure AI speech features in Azure Speech Studio. So these are the main two services, Azure Language Studio and the second is Azure Speech Studio. In Azure Language Studio, we are getting Azure AI language feature, and in Azure Speech Studio we can see Azure AI speech, and we can explore that one. So these service features are available for use and testing in the studios and other programming language as well, and these are all based on natural language processing. Now moving to the next one, understand document intelligence and knowledge mining. This is also a part of an AI. So we will understand one by one. Firstly, we will understand document intelligence, and secondly, we will understand knowledge mining. So, uh, so combinedly, we can see like it's an artificial intelligence are about teaching computer to read, understand, and extract useful information from document like report, email, invoice, or any other text-based files. Like we are developing a computers. Likewise, they can read the document. Like for example, which are the documents of an email, document of an invoice, or document of an some reports, and they can understand that document. And by understanding that document, they can deliver the required if we have something related to that document, so they can simply share the information of their understanding regarding that particular document. So firstly, they are understanding the whole document. They are able to gather the information by reading, and then they are after processing the data, the particular system is able to answer our queries which we have asked particularly to that document. So it is happening due to the document intelligence and knowledge mining. So in document intelligence, particularly if we want to say, so like imagine you have a pile of in a document like contract or receipts, like there are a number of receipts you have, or you have some more reports. These are so like there are multiple files you have. Now document intelligence enables artificial intelligence to read these documents just like a person, like we read every document the same way. Artificial intelligence enables the system to read all the documents and understand what they are about. Like if the reports are about any health sector, so they will definitely going to understand after the reading. So all the reports are related with the some health sector, or all these are the documents of receipts which are getting generated for a particular service, or these are the documents of some research happened in a particular area. So after reading, like we can understand the same way the computer is able to understand the document what it talks about. Now after understanding the document, after reading that one, it extract the information. Like once that AI understand the document, it can pick out key pieces of the information. Like for example, from an invoice, it can extract the date, like the amount and the vendor name. Like if we have invoices of, for example, of a Flipkart, so if we have ordered 200, for example, 200 items from a Flipkart, so Flipkart will give us the 200 invoices, but by the help of an artificial intelligence, by the help of a document intelligence, so our system will read all the invoices, and it after reading, it can extract the most important information among that invoices is like the date when it got generated, the time when we have ordered that one, or the amount for the particular receipts, what the amount of things we have ordered, or what the things we have ordered, or from which vendor it get delivered to us. So it's happening due to the document intelligence. Now document intelligence in Azure. So Microsoft Azure AI document intelligence is provided in Microsoft Azure. It is build solution that manage and accelerated data collection from scanned documents, and it's also feature of an Azure AI document intelligence, which help automate document processing in applications and workflows. It also enhance data driven strategies and enrich document search capabilities. We can pre-built models to add intelligence, document processing for invoices, receipts, health insurance card, tax form, and more things. Also, we can use AI document intelligence to create custom models that we can label by own, that we can customize as per our requirement. And also that feature, the service feature are available for use and testing the document intelligence, testing in a document intelligence studio and other programming language. So the Azure AI document intelligence, it available in a document intelligence studio in a Azure, which is doing the same work as the other services is doing by the help of a document intelligence. But here we are getting the service where we can getting pre-built models where we can add document processing for invoices, receipts, or health insurance cards, tax forms, or we can customize those models as well by just giving your own label to the data sets. Now the knowledge mining. Now, knowledge mining is a term which is used to describe solutions that are involved, that are basically extracting the information from large volumes, which is often unstructured data, to create searchable knowledge store. For like how it is working, if we want to talk about that one, so it's finding the hidden insight. How it is doing that one? So knowledge mining is about digging through large amount of data, like in a hundred or thousands of in a document to find a pattern or insight that aren't immediately obvious. Like if we have unstructured data of like a huge number of an amount, so knowledge mining, what is doing? It is just reading all that data, and it is just helping us to find the required insight among that data, because the data is so huge and it's unstructured, so it's not an easy job to manage to segregate all the data, and from that data we cannot like directly search we cannot directly find what required there. So like it's like in a virtual assistant. Hello.
No, I'm right here. I just called.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Shall I proceed?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm all right.
Okay, okay, okay. So it's like a virtual assistant that read all your document, but this document is it's not as structured. It is an unstructured, means it can
Right.
have the document related with some readable format. It can have the document of in a different domains. It can have some images or videos. Anything can be there. It's an which comes under the unstructured format. So our virtual assistant is helping us to make all that unstructured data a searchable. So by the help of an our virtual assistant, we can search among all that unstructured data as well to pull out what the important things, and it can summarize the whole data for us as well. So now,
Right.
just going with a simple example. So automating invoice processing. Like suppose a company receives 100 number of invoice every month, and instead of manually entering all the details into a spreadsheet, like in invoice we can have the different amounts, different dates, different these invoice can be of in a different products which are delivered by that company. So to segregate all the data, it's not an easy task. Like we need to read one by one all that one. But if we took the help of an automatic invoice processing, so we can simply instead of manually entering all the data into spreadsheet, that AI system is help with the document. The AI system with document intelligence can help us to read each and invoice. This is an example of a document intelligence, and this it can extract the data which is important to us. But now talking about the knowledge mining in Azure, so we have one Microsoft knowledge mining solution is Azure AI search. So by the help of that AI search, we can search, we can look for the data, the important data from unstructured data. Like it's an enterprise
Right.
search solution that has tool for building indexes. The indexes can then be used for internal use only, or enable searchable content on a public facing internet assets. So this should can explore more in a portal as well. So we will see that thing in the upcoming sessions as well. But as of now, we can remember in the knowledge mining, Microsoft Azure have the service Azure AI Search. Now, understanding the generative AI. What generative AI talks about. So, generative AI is a type of an artificial intelligence that can create new content like image, text, music, or even videos. If we go a very practical example of that one, nowadays we have Chat GPT. So, it can, or more in the Microsoft Edge, we have the Copilot feature there. So if we have given a command to Copilot, like we need a certain images, we need a certain customized images, and once we have described it properly, so it can generate that image. So it's happening due to the generative AI. So talking more about the generative AI. Like people typically interact with the generative AI that has built into a chat applications. Generative AI applications it take in natural language input and return appropriate responses in a variety of formats, include natural language, include image, code, or audio. So like a very practical example, chat gpt or a co-pilot. So there it can these chatbot can talk with us, but this can complete our command as we have asked. If we have asked any image to build, so co-pilot can do that one. If we have any asked theory questions, so it is just answering on a theory basis. If we have asked any like if it is more advanced, the AI, so it can help us to with the music or videos as well. So now how it is working? So learning from example, like generative AI studies a lot of an example of a something like a picture, stories, or songs. After learning the pattern and style from these examples, so it can create something new that looks or sounds similar. So the the learning is the key point for the generative AI. For example, if we are using any generative AI solution for so long, so whenever we are just giving input to that one, if it is wrong, so we will again give the input to particular generative AI to get, by giving the exact perfect prompt, it is just delivering the perfect answer to us as we are required from that one. So by the time goes, it started to learn from all the examples, all the ask of us. And once it has have a huge number of data, then it started out ultimately developing himself by just learning from previous ask or previous commands which we have gave to that one, and the previous solutions that generative AI provided to us. Now creating a new content, once trained, like that AI got once trained, so it can generate original content that's just not a copy of what it learned, but something new and unique. Means it is developing himself by just learning by the time is going, and by learning from its previous task as well. So for example, like it might wrote a new story that is similar in style to a famous author, or create a painting that looks like it was done by famous artist, but it is a new, it's just copying, it's just like resembling their style only. It's not just copying the content they have. It is just using their style by just learning from its previous prompt. Now just real taking the more real world application. So text generation, like generative AI can write articles, stories, or even complete books. For example, if you give it first sentence, it can continue write the story in a coherent. So if we take a very practical example if we go on a chat gpt, and if we have given a prompt to chat gpt, like create a story about a person who is failing, who faced a failure for so long, but after a while it got succeed. We just giving a one sentence prompt to the chat gpt, but it can write a detailed story about that particular sentence. So now and if we go with an image creation, like if you have used the copilot, so in that one Microsoft provided the copilot feature in Edge, Microsoft Edge browser. So there we can give a prompt to build an image or to build the visual the image that have the particular that is fulfilling particular ask of ours. So that can done there. Or a music composition, so musicians are using generative AI to compose new songs. The AI might create a melody based on existing styles, helping artists to come up with the fresh ideas as well. So all this is possible by the help of a generative AI. But our area of interest is to learn the generative AI in Azure. So in Azure, we are getting Azure Open AI service, and it is comes under the Azure AI Studio. So what it does? So it's a Microsoft cloud solution for deploying, customizing, and hosting generative AI models. It brings together the best of OpenAI's cutting-edge models and APIs with the security and scalability of an Azure cloud platform. So Azure OpenAI service support many generative models choices that can serve more different needs, and we can use Azure AI Studio to create generative AI solution such as a custom copilot chat based assistant that use open Azure OpenAI service models. So in Azure AI Studio, we are getting the service which is based on a generative AI in a Microsoft Azure. Now, the challenges and risk with an AI. So, like AI, we have discussed in our first demo session. AI have a huge number of pros, but there is some cons as well, and that should be addressed to everyone. So it cannot harm to the humans. So now, just talking about those things, like an artificial intelligence is a powerful tool that can use to greatly benefit the world, the humans, and everyone. But however, like any tool, it must use responsibly. As we have as we have discussed the example of an atomic energy on a demo session. So similarly, here in AI, it also have the positive and negative sides. So what can be the potential challenges and risks facing with an AI application developer. Likewise, bias can affect result. Like example, a loan approval model. If we have deployed a loan approval model with an AI, so it can discriminate by gender due to bias in the data, which it was trained. Like if it is not perfectly developed, so it can be biased, and that can affect the results over the service. Now, errors may cause harm, like an autonomous vehicle experience a system failure and causes a collision. Simply, like an automated driving cars, if it is have some errors, so we cannot rely on that one, because ultimately it's going to do some accidents. Or if the automation is automated robots are there in assembly lines, and if they have the errors, so they can harm on production as well. Now the data could be exposed, like for a medical diagnostics bot who can diagnose the disease by just giving input to that bot, like the symptoms, so it can deliver what disease can be there. So but that bot the data in the bot is for the particular sensitive patients is an open. So these are like it is not stored in a very secured platform. It's not where it's kind of an insecurely stored, so that can the particular important data for particular patient can be exposed. So now next one is solution may not work for everyone. Like in a home automation assistant provide no audio output for visually impaired users. Like if there are a persons in our home which is visually impaired, so um, and home automation is there which is do not have any audio output, so how it can help to them? It is like a useless thing for the visually impaired users. Now next, talking about more, user must trust a complex systems. Like an AI based financial tool makes investment recommendation. What are they based on? Like if we are completely trust on a AI financial tool in a perspective of in a financial advisories or in a financial business, so it is just give the recommendation what the data, what the input they have. But for a different scenario, if it is does not have that particular input, So it cannot give the exact answer. It cannot predict the future, and we cannot rely on that part. So this is an also an challenge for an application developer. So these are all the challenges faced to an application developer with an AI right away to develop an application which use the AI in their application. Now, who's liable for AI-driven decisions? Like an innocent person is convicted of a crime based on evidence from facial recognition. So, who is responsible for that one? So, these are very practical challenges which comes to an AI developer. So, that needs to be addressed, that needs to be overcome, and these will be get overcome in upcoming time. Now, Microsoft Azure have already thought about the cons of an AI. So they have guided a set of six principles. So they have setted as principle certain principles. These are under the sixth set of a principle. So these are designed to ensure that AI application provide amazing solutions to difficult problems without any unintended negative consequence. So, what these six principles? The first one is a fairness, like it should treat everyone fairly on an equal basis. Reliability and safety, AI should perform reliable and safely. For example, it should consider software system for an autonomous vehicle or a machine learning model that can diagnose patient symptoms and recommendations prescriptions. Unreliability in these kinds of systems can result in a substantial risk to the human life. Absolutely right. In
Right.
automated cars, or in a if a robot is just delivering the solutions over a health sector, so if
Right.
it is goes wrong, so it ultimately help on a harm of a human life. Now privacy and security, so AI should secure and respect everyone's privacy. The data should not get leaked of an everyone personal. The machine learning models of an AI systems are based really on a large volumes of data, because the data is the main source of an AI. The number of data we are providing, the huge number of data we are providing to AI, then only AI can develop, AI can building very strongly day by day. But AI should have the responsibility to secure to make that data secure to to it should look everyone, it should respect everyone's privacy, like the data we are providing to that one. And it may contain personal data, and that must keep private as well. Now inclusiveness, the AI system should empower everyone and engage every people. Like it cannot discriminate the people on the base of their society, physical ability, gender, sexual orientation, ethnicity, or other factors. So it should include each and every person. Then only it can be a helpful, a very like a revolution that is developed for the human welfare. Now it should have the transparency. AI system should be understandable. Like users should be made fully aware of purpose of the system, how it works, and how and what the limitations may be expected. Like, and then accountability, like people should be accountable for the AI system. Like designers and developer of an AI based solution should work within a frame of a governance and organization principles that ensure the solutions meet ethical and legal standards that are clearly defined. Like the upcoming AI developed programs or application should be written, should be worked under the framework of a particular governance of a particular organization principles. Like it should not goes beyond that one, it should be under that framework. So then only it and that accountability should be done by the particular developer. So these are all the principles developed by, like setted by the Microsoft Azure in their AI programs. So we have discussed that one, and this is all about the first lecture where we have discussed the fundamentals of an Azure of an artificial intelligence in respective to Microsoft Azure services. We have seen the basics of which the subtopics comes under the fundamentals, and we have tried to correlated particular service comes in the subtopics and what the service is provided in the Microsoft Azure. So once we are just moving forward, so we will go on a portal, we will check each service and what the use cases of the service for particularly sub to which so ultimately we can correlated the service like if we have the machine learning service in Azure, so we can correlate it with the machine learning. If we have uh, computer vision service, if we have the Azure AI, so likewise we will explore all those services in upcoming sessions once the portal access is done. So that's all about the lecture first. Birmingham, are you there?
Okay.
Sorry, Benjamin,
Okay.
are you there?
Right. Yep. Okay. Okay. Yes.
So it's a 1 hour completed. If you have any queries or questions, so we can discuss over that one part, or if you need more explanation for particular topics, so I can just retouch all the topics once again. But I believe once
Okay.
we have explored the portal, then you will get more clarity about particular service in Azure.